love the channel and find it useful in becoming a happy retiree. Subscribe today.
We're talking about energy today in the massive disconnect between the price of oil, which has just gone through the roof, from in the mid-20s, $25, $26 a barrel, to where we find ourselves today at about $70 a barrel. And you've noticed it at the pump. Gas prices have slowly crept higher over the last several months, really the last, approximately the last 2 years. But what has not gone higher or is kind of missed out on this is the price of most energy companies. So they have well underperformed the market. Kind of the poster child of that, which happens to be, happens to be on the cover of Barron's this week, a big Exxon symbol on the cover, because this is a pretty massive disconnect. And that's kind of that is what we're digging into here today. Topic that we've zoomed in on that has to do with this great disconnect between oil prices and oil companies or oil stock prices. Big difference between the two. One's a barrel of sludgy oil, and another is the price of publicly traded oil companies, particularly XLE, the ETF that tracks 31 large oil companies in the United States that do business mostly around the globe. And there's been a relative disconnect. And when we've seen this in history, there's a reconvergence of the two. And we're going to go through that process and talk about where we think we are in that cycle. So we're zooming in on energy today. And we need to close the loop, though, when it comes to energy. We talked about how over time, in general, you've seen this real correlation between the price of oil going up or down that effectively translates to the outperformance of energy companies relative to the market. Oil goes up, generally, energy companies outperform. Oil does poorly or the price of oil drops. There's less profit to be had in that environment. From 2000, and that's we're tracking XLE, which is the Energy Select Spider ETF, a group of 31 different energy companies. If you go back to the year 2000, 18 years, oil prices to about 2000 to 2008, oil prices and energy companies' relative performance, they were in near perfect unison. Then in late 08, oil cratered from 145 all the way down to $35 a barrel, 76% drop. Oil company index only dropped from 375 to 280. That's a 25% drop. So a 75% drop versus a 25% drop. Well, either oil had to go up or oil stocks had to go further down. Well, over the next year, the oil company index stayed about the same relative to the market, and oil prices moved swiftly higher, up 156% to close out that gap. Well, here we are today, where that brings us to today. We see an extreme divergence happening right now. Since mid-2017, the price of crude oil has been on a tear higher, from about $43 a barrel to now about $70. That's an almost 60% move higher. During the same time, the energy sector's underperformed the market. Remember, energy stocks should be doing well in this environment. So what does this mean? Either energy prices have to move way higher and have to come, or either energy prices for companies have to move, or energy prices for oil are way too high and have to come back down to earth, or energy company prices have to start outpacing the S&P 500 and play catch up. And that's if this relationship continues, this high level of correlation between oil price and the price of oil companies. And I doubt that that'll change. I think relationships like this might get off track and they might change, and this time may be different, but I highly doubt it. So in my book, the energy sector looks to be the cheapest it's been in a very long time. The economy's good. Oil demand is strong and getting stronger, despite all the Teslas zooming around. And it makes me a believer that energy stocks should not be written off for dead.
Hi, I'm Wes Moss, and thanks for taking a minute to hear about what's so different about my new book, You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think. So unlike other retirement books, this book will give you a step-by-step guide, whether you're in your 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s, to learn from what these successful and happy retirees did to get there. I hope you enjoy the book, but more importantly, I know that it'll help you retire sooner than you think.